Hello, ladies and gentlemen, all in between. My name is Crafty, and welcome to the first episode of a weekly series known as PvPlegacy News. Obviously, for PvPlegacy in any way, shape, or form, this is Paddy.
Fuck. Okay.
In this series, we're going to cover the latest and greatest news on the PvPlegacy server that at least 3 people will actually care about. Interview your favourite Legacy players, and probably more. I don't know yet. It's the first episode. I haven't figured everything out yet. This just in, the Sea of Pixels. I mean, the spear kit has been changed once again. The spear is now diamond and has sharpness 2. And once again, we have speed 2. Even with these changes, it's still cancer and doesn't fit at all into the meta. I'm sure it'll eventually work out though. In other news, player Hajik, or however the fuck you pronounce his name, has been working with me to bring you a PvPlegacy newspaper. I'll put the first issue on screen now. We were working to bring you this and more in our news network. That's all for this week, but stay tuned as next we're going to today's interview. Today, we're interviewing the XP boy, the man who grinded mob kills just for 3 people to say good job. Job applications have a heart attack and die in fear when they hear his name. Critics say he's slower than a real life snail. It's the one, the only, Snaily the snail. Now, we don't actually have the pleasure of Snaily being in call with me today. He's on holiday, touching grass for the first time in his life. Pray for his survival as he jumps out so far out of his comfort zone. Anyway, I interviewed him over Discord and we'll have a TTS voice read out his messages instead. First question. What's one thing you would change about Legacy if given the chance?
The amount of connection and involvement of the general staff with community members.
A very good answer indeed from Snaily. Anyway, second question. Who's the worst lore player? He refused to answer this one. So, second question part 2. Which versus map is your favourite?
Never sumo.
A boring response for a boring question. Anyway, next question. Who's the funniest player that you know?
Crafty_17.
The correct answer for sure. I'll make sure to pay him later for that one. Anyway, next question. If you had to choose between never playing Legacy again or dying in real life, which would you choose?
Dying.
Absolutely not surprised. We're talking about Snaily the snail here. Anyway, the final question.
I can't remember it right now. I will have to check.
The final question. Which Legacy staff member is the best? And a follow-up question. How would you rate this interview out of 10?
Honeybottle_. I would rate this a 10/10.
I would also rate this 10 tenths. I'm glad he came on. Massive thank you to Snaily for doing that at the middle of the night when he's on holiday. Big thanks to him. Anyway, that's all we have time for this week. So, I'll see you next week for more Legacy news. Goodbye.